on my way home. That is very tired, but I'm gonna try to splash, wake up, because I gotta knock out some videos. Everybody want me to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. I was on hiatus for a couple of weeks. Nothing was wrong. Just wanted to reset. That was it. And then plus I was just super swamped with work. Appreciate the concerns and everything, but nothing was wrong. I was just so swamped with work. I was like really tired. So, but I'm back doing the reset. So, so we gonna talk some boxing. All right. So with that being said, let's begin. So this coming Saturday, we have the highly unanticipated third showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Triple G Golovkin. And I gotta tell you, it just seemed like it's just right across the board. There's no real buzz or interest in this fight. And then Canelo is not making it any better on himself by saying, well, if he does win, he doesn't really know what he's going to do. He's already said that he's not going to fight David Benavidez. And he seems not very interested in a rematch with Dimitri Bivol. He says if Gilberto Ramirez beats Bivol, which I don't think he will, he said he's not going to fight him because he said he's not going to fight any more Mexicans. So, it's sort of like that song by Bobby Womack, Where Do We Go From Here? What does Canelo do next? What, he's going to go back up to 175 and fight Artur Beterbiev? We know he ain't going to do that. Canelo is smart. Canelo never had any intentions on fighting Artur Beterbiev. Even though you had some people that was actually making videos saying that Canelo would viciously knock Artur Beterbiev out, which I just thought that was the most absurd and laughable thing I had ever heard. What made you guys think remotely that Canelo had a chance against Artur Beterbiev? And I thought that was a disrespect to him, and that was a slap in the face to say that some dude that started at welterweight could knock out a natural 175 pound. Like I said, Artur Beterbiev would end Canelo's career. And believe it or not, he was actually a little bit hurt in that Joe Smith fight. And he still took him apart in 2 rounds. I think people are naive about how good Canelo is or isn't. He's a good fighter, but he ain't that damn good. He couldn't do nothing with Bivol. He couldn't do nothing with that dude. He got his ass whooped in that fight. Say what you want to say about Joe Rogan, even though I think Joe Rogan is, who he is. But I saw Joe Rogan break it down that fight. A Canelo Artur Beterbiev fight. And he basically agreed with me. That would be career suicide for Canelo. To sit up there and say that Canelo would go up to 175 and knock out a dude who's knocked out everybody that he's fought. And it's not like Artur Beterbiev didn't fought scrubs. He's fought at 175 pretty much the best you could offer. With the exception of Bivol or Gilberto Ramirez. Now, I heard that the Anthony Yard fight has been pushed back, and more than likely he's going to stop Yard. I just couldn't believe there were people making videos actually saying that Canelo would knock Artur Beterbiev out. that just really showed that some of these dudes on here was desperate for views. Anybody with just basic logical boxing sense know that Canelo ain't gonna win that fight. Artur Beterbiev knocked out Sergey Kovalev twice in the amateurs. So I'm just saying, man, can we just stop the cap? And like I said, where does Canelo go from here? What's next for him? Since he basically isn't like leaving his options open, I don't think he beats Bivol in a rematch. I think he gets his ass beat even worse. I stand by what I said. If that fight is on the up and up, Canelo getting stopped if he fights Bivol again. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've seen enough of David Benavidez to know that David Benavidez beats Canelo. I think Canelo has procrastinated to the point to where David Benavidez has got better. He's evolved as a fighter. And I just think David Benavidez would be just too much for Canelo. Too much speed, too much skills. I just think he would overwhelm Canelo. And that's just the bottom line. I just see Canelo getting overwhelmed by Benavidez, and I just see Benavidez beating Canelo either unanimous decision or maybe possibly stopping him. For people to act like it's impossible for Canelo to be knocked out, like I said before, you better look at that Bivol fight again, because had Bivol stepped it up, turned it up a little bit, he could have probably stopped Canelo. People just been mesmerized by Canelo. Like I said before, Canelo is a good fighter, but they were talking like this dude was just unbeatable. Like he was never going to lose again. He got his ass handed to him by Floyd Mayweather. And then you could make an argument that Canelo should have at least 3 losses, maybe even 4. Some people thought that he lost to Triple G in both fights. Some people thought that Trout did enough to win. So I mean, come on, man. Let's just keep it a buck. You can make an argument that Canelo should have at least 4 losses. You know. So let's just stop with the baloney that Canelo just unbeatable. And up until the stoppage, I thought Caleb Plant was winning that fight. I mean, go tell it if you listen to what Showtime was telling you. But I wasn't paying attention to Showtime. I know what I saw. And I thought Canelo was losing that fight to Caleb Plant. I had Caleb Plant ahead on the cards, and I'm not worried about no Canelo fans coming on here being upset, talking about what fight you was watching. I was watching Canelo getting outboxed by Caleb Plant till he stopped him. That's what fight I was watching. That's the damn fight I was watching, that fight. Told you I ain't like these other dudes on here. I don't say what people want me to say. So what should happen Saturday? To me, since Canelo won, since Canelo really didn't want to go another direction, and he basically said, okay, now I'll fight Triple G for a 3rd time. Well, Canelo, to me, if he doesn't stop Triple G in this fight is a letdown for him. This is a letdown for him. If he doesn't go in there and he doesn't stop Triple G, this is a letdown. This is a disappointment. It's a disappointment. And there's no other way to put it. He the one that put this pressure on himself. So nothing short of a stoppage. If he doesn't stop Triple G, unacceptable. If he don't put Triple G on his ass at least 3 times, This is a letdown because this fight is for Canelo to stop Triple G. But it would be hilarious if Canelo ends up. It would be hilarious if Canelo ends up losing this fight. And I'm gonna make another bold prediction. There ain't gonna be no damn. Oh, getting to the other fight, I doubt highly unlikely that there's a announcement like the damn Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Oh, announcement coming this week. No announcement. Oh, it's gonna get announced on Friday at around 2 p.m. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I keep telling you guys, this is the honest to God truth. They gonna be paying attention. The PBC that is they gonna be paying close attention on what transpires Saturday. If Canelo doesn't look good, and let's just say he struggles, and you heard it here first too, because I told you I ain't like these other dudes on here, and you heard it here first. If Canelo looks vulnerable versus Triple G, and he barely wins or he struggles, you're gonna really start hearing about a possible fight between Errol Spence and Canelo. Because like I said, that's always been in the back of the minds of both Errol Spence and the PBC. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. And if I hear anybody like bring this up, I'm gonna know that, well, they got this from me. Because you already hearing about possibly Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. At this stage right now, it would be useless to fight Terrence Crawford on November the 19th. Because you're going to have next to no time to promote this fight, to give this fight the proper promotion that it deserves. Which I've been saying all along, Al Heyman don't really want to make this fight. And as I said before, it's useless going on channels, talking and having debates about this stuff, because at the end of the day, all you're going to get is a bunch of fanboyism and, you know, just a bunch of baloney that you don't even want to bother talking about. You already done had these discussions, and that's just the honest to God truth. People don't want to hear you tell the truth. And that's the damn problem. They don't want you to say what's real. So that's all you gonna get. You gonna get so like I said before, I ain't going on nobody's channel having no discussions about this, because it's pointless. It's pointless. All you gonna hear is a bunch of lame ass, goofy dude excuses, trying to somehow, some way do what they always do, try to make this Terrence Crawford's fault. Look, look, can't do it no more. Because now they can't hide behind, see what it was. They wanted to hide and continue to hide behind Bob Arum. Like I say, this falls all on the PBC. If they can't deliver us this fight, this falls on them. It is entirely their fault. And that's just the bottom damn line. And you can't get around it. You know, you just can't. You can't get around it, man. You can't make no excuses trying to justify this malarkey. Like I said, we've been hearing about a damn date and an announcement for months now. Oh, it's gonna get announced on the 4th of July. Oh man, it's gonna get announced on Mexican Independence Day. Yeah, I mean, you just every week it's a different. It's going down November the 26th. Oh, it's going like man, enough of this crap. It was already told back, like it was already told back in April. So like I said, I doubt very seriously if Errol Spence is gonna be fighting Terrence Crawford. And if they did get this deal done, then they really ain't trying to make this fight a success. because the PBC, they all about anybody but the brother. They gonna sit up there and put a pay-per-view with Luis Ortiz and Andrew Ruiz, and then you look on the undercard, no brothers on the undercard. Yeah, Luis Ortiz may be black, but he's Cuban. So I'm not gonna let you try to pull that. I'm not gonna let you try to pull that because he's not American FDA, FBA black like you guys love to use that word so famously. So no, that doesn't count, and that's not gonna fly. Not gonna let you get it. Not gonna let you get away with it. Now they put that on pay-per-view. And by the way, I heard that the pay-per-view numbers was abysmal. I heard it was abysmal. I heard those pay-per-view numbers were horrible. Like the last movie Kevin Hart put out. So there you have it. But that's the PBC for you. They want to put that on. They want to force you to pay. They want to force you to pay for something like that. They want to sell that to you. They want to sell that to the public. But then they don't want to try to put any promotion or any money behind two of the best black fighters on the planet duking it out. But then you got these gutless content creators that just won't call it out because they're worried. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not worried about what nobody thinks of me. Nobody watched that fight. Nobody watched that lousy pay-per-view. I mean, the fight itself was good, but at the end of the day, that fight didn't have no business being on pay-per-view whatsoever. But you got a new excuse every week, or you got this so-called, you know what I'm saying? You got this so-called Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. It may get announced. Like, man, get out of here, man. Like, get out of here, man. You've been like playing this game with us for way too long. You've been playing this game way too long. So I wonder what everybody gonna do when a fight get announced for November 19th and it don't be Terrence Crawford. So what is the excuse gonna be this time? What's the excuse gonna be this time? Because I thought that a contract was already signed. I thought the contract, what happened to, like I said, all you had was a bunch of dudes sitting up line. They said, oh, well, Errol Spence signed his contract back in May. We just wait for Terrence Crawford. Come to find out it wasn't no contract. And then I said, okay, well, if it's a contract, let's see this contract. What are the stipulations of the contract? How much is Terrence Crawford getting? How much is Errol Spence? Then all of a sudden, these people that was putting out these bullshit stories, they couldn't back up what they were saying. Okay, what's in the contract? When is this fight? They didn't have a fight date. They didn't have a location. Well, of course, Pratt, everybody is losing interest because we getting towards the stage where nobody gives a rat's ass anymore. This has been going on for almost a year. Hell, you got Deontay Wilder's deal dead quicker than you did this deal. Terrence Crawford been a free agent since November. And then at the end of the day, once again, this favors Errol Spence. Even if this fight was to take place November 19th, Terrence Crawford's last fight was November the 20th. Damn near exactly a year from his last fight. Pretty much a whole damn year Terrence Crawford had been out the ring. So it looks like they trying to age him out, which I predicted that they might try to do as well. And if the fight happens on November the 26th, it'll be a year and some change since Terrence Crawford was last in the ring. It's a shame that a lot of you people can't read between the lines and don't want to face the truth. Then, not to mention, Terrence Crawford turns 35 on September the 28th. It just looked like they trying to age him out. Now, the thing is, the Errol Spence Brigade, they mad because dudes like me won't follow the script. And I don't care what type of information you give to other people. I'm not for sale, and my channel ain't for sale. I don't care what type of information you feeding people or access you give other people. I'm not doing it. I work for me. I'm gonna say this again. I ain't on nobody's payroll. I'm not finna say what these dudes want me to say. I'm not finna say what no groupies want me to say. You guys can't accept the truth, can't handle the truth. That's your damn problem. That's your problem, not mine. That's not my problem because you guys don't want to accept the truth. It's all out in the open. Anybody, a blind man can see who's holding up this fight. Oh, I'm not doing no clickbait. No. I ain't naming no names. I'm not doing no clickbaits because like I said before, it's only so much clickbait videos you can put out. Oh, and I can tell you right now that I got a text today. From somebody that I'm talking about, one of the upper wigs that said they ain't heard nothing about a deal being did. I'm not finna lie to y'all. I've been spot on what I've been telling y'all. Just like Pratt said, it's getting to the point nobody gives a rat's ass about this fight no more. Because people, it's like what Regis said, this fight didn't marinated enough. Yeah, that you absolutely correct. This fight could have got negotiated before Errol Spence even got in the ring with Ugas. They could have had a deal put in place. But you had people talking about, hey, it ain't gonna be no fight. Oh, you didn't heard every obstacle that could be possibly thrown in the way. You didn't heard money from Daniel Canahan. You didn't heard all this stuff. Obstacle after obstacle. It's like a gauntlet. And we already knew back then that Daniel Canahan wasn't going to be involved. Daniel Canahan is on the run. Like I said, like I told you guys, you've been lied to. You've been lied to. If this fight was highly anticipated and people really wanted this fight to happen, then how come they ain't throwing no money behind it? And I'll say this once again, if homeboy is the big fish like he called himself, well, once again, this fight should have got made with ease. Because I've been telling y'all, the numbers ain't been matching up. Like I said, if you doing these so-called numbers that you supposed to be doing, that's been getting told to us, then, like I said before, this fight would have been got made. If you selling the type of tickets that you claim to be selling, this fight would have got made. But see the people that want people to watch their videos, the clickbaiters, see, they can't argue with me. See, you can't argue with a dude who was there. See, you can't debate with a dude who was there and try to throw up phony numbers. You had a dude that headlined the fight in his own hometown. Once again, the Dallas area, DeSoto, Texas. You couldn't even get 40,000 in an arena you couldn't even get 40,000 in a football stadium that holds 100,000 people at full capacity. And you were selling $35 to $45 tickets. And not to mention you comped and gave away like 3,000 to 4,000 tickets. I don't care about you Aerospence fanboys being mad because I'm telling the truth. That's your damn problem. I don't give a damn about y'all now talking to me. I don't care about you. I don't give a damn. Because like I said, I never needed y'all in the first place. I don't need nobody's endorsements. I don't need nobody. I don't need your thumb of approval. Nobody care about you ostracizing me. I'm doing just fine. So that's just real talk. That's just real talk. Nobody don't want it. Nobody. Man, I wouldn't hold your breath. I wouldn't hold your breath. Like I said, even if this fight do get made for November 19th, you basically talking about 2 months. You basically talking about 2 months. They're not going to be no tour. They're not going to be no tour. They might have one press. They may have one press release. But this was a fight where you supposed to went on a world tour. Well, not a world tour. You supposed to went on a 5-city tour. Like Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao. That was a mega fight. Floyd, you know what's so sad about this? Floyd versus Conor McGregor got more promotion than this fight. Floyd fought a dude that never had a professional boxing match in his life, and they went on a world tour. There you have it. They went on like a 5 or 6 city tour. But they don't even want, but this is supposed to be a super fight, and it don't even seem like that's even gonna happen. They're gonna have they may have one press release, and that's it. And then keep in mind, if it's gonna happen on the 19th, you need an 8-week camp. So if it's gonna be announced, once again, it needs to be announced this week. Remember, you have an 8-week camp going into the fight, and then you have a week for preparation, final pressers, and all that kind of stuff. So, in fact, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, if that fight is going to happen, it should be announced this week. But you ain't heard much from Keith Thurman, so Keith Thurman might be in camp. And if it's announced any later than, once again, if it's announced any later than this week, then it's sure you if they announce Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence at the end of the month, well, that's not a major fight. That's just a regular PBC fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman is going to flop. So if the fight going to get announced, this would be the week that this fight get announced. Dude, you missing the whole damn point about Conor sells more than Errol Spence. You not even listening, bro. It ain't even about selling. I'm talking about promoting. Conor McGregor never had a professional fight in his life. And he still got a 5-city tour. He's not a professional fighter. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are professional fighters. This is supposed to be a mega fight. Mega fights get mega promotion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. You do know that I cover this, right? You do know that I'm a media member, right? So don't sit up here and talk about sales. You sound like an Eminem fan. Like when you trying to say Eminem ain't the greatest rapper of all time, and you say, well, Eminem sell more records. That don't matter. Don't mean he put out good music. How do we? Well, of course, it's supposed to be a mega fight. I thought the number one and the number two fighter on the planet, or at least the top 3 best fighters of the planet, if they supposed to lock horns, isn't that considered a mega fight? Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler was a mega fight. And we both can admit that Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler were, long in the tooth, but it still was a mega fight. Oscar De La Hoya versus Julio Cesar Chavez, even though Julio Cesar Chavez was long in the tooth at the time, that was still a major fight. Bruh, do you know who you talking to? Do you know who you talking to? So, if they not putting promotion behind this, or they don't want to put any type of money behind the promotion, then maybe they not. Maybe that this means what I've been saying, that neither one of these dudes are the superstars that we believe they are. But Terrence Crawford wasn't really promoted as a superstar, though. They were saying this about Errol Spence. But then I kept saying, you ain't no megastar if you can't even hit 400,000 pay-per-views. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, too, sold more pay-per-views than Errol Spence sold in all 4 of his pay-per-views. Deontay Wilder is actually a bigger pay-per-view star than Errol Spence. So there you have it. So maybe they not. Maybe they not. But they supposed to be. They supposed to be. Help me understand what's going on. So there you have it. But anyway, just wanted to get this quick stream. Appreciate y'all listening to me. Thank you for the support. I'm out.